She's just super strong and she can annoy you to death.
Which one is she better at?
I think it's pretty equal from what we've seen so far. And I have one of those powers, and I'll just let you guess which one it is.
It's
IRL.
super strength. It's definitely super strength.
Sure. Okay.
I believe that 100%. I also feel like she has a vendetta against Jen. Am I reading too much into that?
I think it's just that she's got this classic female scarcity mindset of there can only be one.
Okay.
I think any woman who would show any sign of strength that could possibly match Titania, she would try to destroy. She feels like there can only be one, and this town is only big enough for one of us, and she thinks it's going to be her. Mm-hmm. And so she'll do anything she has to make it so.
My all-time favorite scenes in any form of entertainment are courtroom standoffs. I could watch them forever. I love the dialogue in them. I love the interactions between the characters. Are they as much fun to film as they are to watch?
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you asked me that, because I love them. It's, you know what it is? I'm a thespian, I'm a theater actor, and they're the most challenging because it's the most dialogue in one shot. And everyone starts the day really stressed out because they think they're going to be there forever because they think you're not going to get through it. And I'm from the theater, so I show up like, boom, first take, I'm getting all this out. Are you guys ready to go? Like, I just love the pressure that I put on myself to be a real lawyer. This is the closest I'm going to get to being a real lawyer, and I love it. I'm glad you like it too.
They are fun to shoot because of the actors. They're actually quite technical. There's a lot of, I mean, this is boring, but you need a lot of coverage. It's sort of like dinner scenes, courtroom scenes, you need a ton of coverage. So you spend many days getting those we spent multiple days getting those courtroom scenes. And it's a lot. It's a lot.
Josh, as someone who has experience with the quote unquote enemy in DC Comics and being part of the Arrowverse, I just need to know how it's different from working at Disney Plus. Or if there is any difference at all.
The differences are, the energy in which you're approaching the character. But I'll be honest with you, when I was playing Adrian Chase, I was playing him like he was a hero, like he was a good guy, like he was in love with Oliver. Like it all came from the same love of somebody. They just went about it a little differently, And days at the end of beating each other up over there, I was a little more sore, whereas days over here, we get to crack jokes a little bit more.
And has it sort of taught you a bit about the fan bases for those properties too?
I mean, absolutely. But I consider myself a fan in the fan base. So I've loved professional wrestling since I was a kid. That was my first comic book, if you will. Those are my first superheroes. I was cutting promos in the mirror. I have VHSs of me and my buddies wrestling on the trampoline. So to be in the comic book world, it is me as a kid in the candy store, and I'm gonna hold on to it near and dear.
Jameela and Ann Foley, our costume designer, they deserve so much credit. I mean, like, I don't even know how early Ann had been working on her outfits. Jameela did a lot of her own makeup. Like, she had all these boards. She had, like, the two of them were like, got it, gonna run with it.
I did. I wanted her to be as ridiculous and over the top and kind of, I wanted her to look like a walking filter. Do you know what I mean? Because she's playing this super influencer, and so this super villain influencer. And so I wanted to just cover her in makeup and contour, and I changed my features so it looked like I'd had plastic surgery.
Right.
Because that's a big part of what she is. Everything about her is fake. She's the exact opposite of Jen. Who's so authentic and who doesn't really want all this attention. Titania's dying for it all. She wants to be seen and noticed at all times, and she's manic about it. And so I wanted to I think I worked really well with Ann Foley and with our hair team and Dina, my hairdresser, to create someone who was just always too much.
You did leave us with a nice tease for The Man Without Fear. And now that everyone has seen it, I'm just curious about the discussions you guys had about, like, what can we show and how will we show it? How did you come to that conclusion?
Yeah, I mean, like, I saw the script and I was like, oh my God. And then you start thinking and talking, and it's a very collaborative, super collaborative atmosphere with a lot of freedom. And so I sort of popped around some ideas, you pitch some things, you storyboard some thoughts, and then you sort of hone in, oh, you want to show that, you want to show this, you want it to be this and this. And then through that, we got to where we were. I actually think pretty close to my original boards is how that was supposed to be. Actually, I don't think we did that many versions of it, but it definitely is a conversation that everybody needs to be like cool about.
Marvel project, I just was curious if you anticipated there being more sort of like action and fighting instead of like courtroom drama.
I definitely had no idea that I was going to be doing any action. I knew there would be action in the project, but I was reassured by Kat, our director, that I was just doing a little cameo because she was lying to get me to come and do it. And it's only because I was very afraid of stunts that I was avoiding any kind of Marvel projects. So I just didn't know what the project was. And I thought I was playing just a regular human asshole. You know, I didn't think that I was going to play a super arsehole, which is very exciting. And it also creates room for me to maybe have a future in the MCU because I have superpowers. So fingers crossed I get to do that and tell more of Mary's and Titania's story. She's known as Mary McFerrin in the comics, but it was the surprise of my life. And thank you to Kat Coiro because she changed my life with those phone calls and emails forcing me to do that audition and overcome my fear. And I am grateful to her forever.
We will call it Spin-Off Asshole. And it'll be it'll be coming to Disney Plus in 2023.
Yeah, Disney are gonna love that.
But I think a more specific thing I can say is like, this show does such a good job of subverting your expectations of what you think it's going to be. And I think Jennifer speaking to the fourth wall breaking the fourth wall is so much about that. Like speaking to the audience, like, I know what you're thinking. You know what I mean? Including the audience in the making of the show.
Yeah.
Obviously the show's been made already, but there's this sort of dialogue that the show is having with the audience. And so there's definitely a lot of thought into like, how do we play with expectations? I know the writers thought about that a lot. Like I can't take any credit for the scripts. That's completely Jessica Gao and her team. That's kind of what I'll say is like, there's a reason why the show feels very different than other shows.
Excuse me, could you take a photo of us? Oh my God, yes. No. Back up a little bit, just give me some space. You're taking the photo? Just one, and that is it.